Good afternoon, class. So, everybody in festive mood today?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
And
we,
I visited to my hometown as well.
Yes, ma'am.
so we should not have kept the class today. That is what you mean to say.
No, no, no. It's okay, ma'am. We can manage.
Yeah.
There is the last class also.
Yeah. It is a last class. It is a revision class. What we do is we quickly go through what we have done in past 9 sessions. So it would be a reminder of all the topics, and you can keep this PPT as the final. It is this PPT contains only the bullet points. For all detailed explanations, you need to visit all the PPTs of the past sessions. Okay. So today what we are going to do is go through all what we did in last 9 sessions quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so it is just a sort of a recap class. Okay. We wait for another couple of minutes or so and then we start. I don't think we'll have more participants per day. Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We can start. They can join in meanwhile.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll just start our session. Okay, so today is our last and final session for module paper 5. ठीक है? So today we'll be covering all what we have done throughout the 9 session for this module, and consider this as a revision class only. I'll go take you through all the theory part of this paper. So it would be a refresher for you. Those who have attended all, it will be a revision. For those who have not attended, you'll come to know what all topics we have covered. So you get a brief overview about what all has been covered in the entire module. So we start with, this is how we started. We started the module paper 5 with 70-20-10 model, which is, I would want people to give in their inputs in between so that we go through this entire session smoothly and you also understand what exactly we had done in the last couple of months, couple of 3 months or so. Okay. So this was the learning model 70-20-10, which says that 70% of our learning takes place through our own experiences, and our own experiences happens when we do our own work. Correct? The next 20% happens when we interact from others and listen to their experience, and the last 10% we learn through different formal courses wherein we enroll ourselves. So this was what 70-20-10 model. Then we started with what exactly is training and its importance. For whom this training is important. We had a discussion during our classes that it is important for both employers as well as employee. It is not a one-way road. It is a win-win situation for both. And the win-win situation was considered as it is important to the organization in this fronts. It reduces the cost of production, higher productivity, prepares future managers, better response to fast changing environment, increase morale of the employees, and reduces accidents. Similarly, how it is important to the employees, helps in their career growth, increased earning, safety of employees, higher morale. Now, the training is given on 4 basic grounds. Firstly, it is given to all the new employees who have joined the organization to make them understand about what is this organization all about, its mission, its vision, and also the working condition. To some extent, we also try to tell them about the scope of their work. Correct. Secondly, it is also given to the existing employees. You should not have your employees in the organization to become stagnant. That is why you keep on sending them to trainings, make them learn new things, refresh their knowledge. Any updation or amendments happening in technology, of course you need to send your team to train, get a training under that new technology. And also, when promotions and career growth become important, employees should start taking more responsibility, and for that you need to send them for trainings. Then we understood how training need analysis happen. See, whatever we did throughout the last 9 session, there is some portion of theory and maximum is what interactive. That is how this module went. But theory we have to go through, because December you will be going through exams, theory exams. So it will be a mix both of case study, a short case study, or a scenario discussion based on what we have learned. So this PPT covers everything what we have learned, and the scenarios will be based on the topics here. Of course, the theory will also be coming from what all this PPT consist of. ठीक है, इसका पूरा explanation इंडिविजुअल सेशन पीपीटीज में मिल जाएगा. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then we determined the training need analysis. हमेशा कोई भी चीज का need analysis is done only when we compare it with what actually we wanted and what exactly it is going on. So the comparison between desired and actual identifies that gap. Okay, the training, this was desired, this is the outcome. What is the gap? If the gap is because of knowledge, skill, ability, we try to solve it. Else, we again go for training need analysis. Now, knowledge, skill, ability, these are the basic 3 objectives of any employee training. So, the training can be knowledge based, skill based, or attitude based. Knowledge based covers everything, facts, concepts, theories to the employee. There are certain job profiles wherein the training should be given knowledge based. Skill based involves all the practical ability and techniques on job. Okay. Next is attitude based. It revolves around the employee's attitude, beliefs, and behavior towards certain aspects. So these are the 3 types of training objectives. Further going, once the gap analysis is done, if you come to know it is because of the 3 objective: skill, knowledge, and attributes, you can solve it at that level. If at all you find it that we need to go ahead and go do a training need analysis of an employee in the organization, then the TNA is done in 3 different stages: individual level, operational level, and whole organizational level. Any doubts till now?
No.
Individual level is identify my unique skill, knowledge, and polish it. That is what an individual level training is. Operational, I am a part of a team. So to achieve the aims and objectives of a organization, my whole team has to perform a certain set of role. So I should fit among that, and the whole team together should go ahead and achieve that organizational goal. So operational level amongst my department, amongst my teams. And lastly, organization level. Wherever you find specific skill gaps in the organization, which hinders or which delays the meeting of the strategic goal of an organization. We need to do a training at organization level. It cannot happen that a mass training should be conducted to all the employees of the organization. No. Training need analysis करने पे ही पता चलेगा which set of employee needs which set of training. Clear? Now, moving on to who is a facilitator. We studied in the previous sessions about what is training, what analysis, what levels, what objectives, everything. Now coming to as a trainer, as a facilitator, what is the main role? I mean, who according to you is a facilitator? So these are the few points which can easily define or easily explain you, tell you who a facilitator is. He or she helps others to learn, helps to make things easier, helps participants to collaborate, must know how adults learn, must not be an expert of the point, but able to manage the process and not the content. Clear? Now, the core practices which a facilitator should adopt: tutoring, mentoring, coaching. Under this, these are the three main core practices which a facilitator should observe. Under that, we have various points which clearly tells what exactly a facilitator should do. Take a minute and go through it. Stay neutral on content, listen actively, ask questions, paraphrase to clarify, synthesize ideas, stay on track, give and receive feedbacks, test assumptions, collect ideas, and summarize clearly. Is it clear? Now moving on to
Yes,
the.
ma'am.
Okay. Am I going fast?
No, ma'am.
No. What I was thinking is we'll go through the whole PPT and then where all we find doubts or which all topics you think that okay, we go back to that topic and again go through it. So once we cover everything what is there in our syllabus. Correct?
Right, ma'am.
Hmm. So now moving on to the qualities. These are the 10 mentioned qualities of a great facilitator. Whenever you try to become a facilitator or you may be a facilitator, always ensure. See, we cannot have all the 10 qualities at a particular point as a facilitator, but try to ensure that you cover maximum of this whenever you be a facilitator. So this will make you a great facilitator. You should be unbiased. You should be able to maintain a safe environment. You should listen. You should have that listening ability. A structured way of discussion. You should be fearless of all the questions coming to you. You need to be proactive. Whenever somebody asks you a question, be fearless and answer. Don't be reactive. You need to be proactive. Be flexible. You connect to the group. You should be timely. You should be hold accountable to the clock. What exactly your training time is, stick to that and try to be social. How many of you agree that all 10 qualities we should have? But and also tell me that whether it is possible to have all 10 qualities together at a single particular point.
No.
But you need to have all this.
Yes.
We need to have all these qualities. But practically it is very difficult to have this. Suppose I'm going for a training session wherein certain set of audience is whatever I am trying, I'm not able to connect to that group. So I will try everything, all the qualities in me, I'll try to demonstrate, but that connect is not happening. I'll try to make them, of course, engaged. I'll listen to them. I'll be very fearless. I'll have a structured discussion. Everything's sorted. I'll be unbiased to that group, but I'm not able to connect. It may so happen someday, and the same training program, if you go and give it to a different set of audience, you demonstrate all the 10 qualities. Have you experienced that?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Two training programs will have will definitely have two different impacts. If it is good, it may become very good next time. If it is very good, it may again drop down to a average performance. But ensure that all these qualities you incorporate in yourself while delivering a session. Now, this is a mixture of conductor, coach, catalyst. That mixture, that intersection is the role of a facilitator. You act as a conductor, you act as a catalyst, and you also coach them. Okay. Now we have broadly defined the roles of a facilitator. He is a guide to the group of audience. He's also a partner. He's a planner. He's an enabler. He is a motivator. He has to be a motivator. And lastly, he is a taskmaster. Take a minute or so and go through the roles of facilitator and the points mentioned against each role. Guide, partner, planner, enabler, motivator, taskmaster. Are you done? Should we move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you all are here.
Yes, yes.
Just not logged in and you are somewhere else. Just be with me for next half an hour. We'll go through it. And then we may even, if you want, we may even wrap the session early. But next half an hour, let us finish everything. So it will be useful to you. Okay? Moving on. What are the responsibilities of a facilitator? It's not only managing a group. Planning a training learning methodology, learning environment, material and logistics, time management, ground rules, handling resource persons, everything. He's a catalyst. So these responsibility includes everything related to his coaching, his being as a catalyst and a conductor. Now the main question, what is the difference between training and facilitation? So here are the few differences which clearly says that both training and facilitations are different. A trainer who carries on the training holds the knowledge. Here, participants hold the knowledge. Trainer talks in training. Facilitation, participants are engaged. Do you really think if engagement of participants happen, the training module which we are conducting will become more successful rather than you as a trainer knowing everything, you come, talk, say and go?
Yes, ma'am.
You agree, no? जितना
Yes.
इंटरेक्शन होगा, जितना पार्टिसिपेशन होगा, जो बंदा या बंदी बोल भी नहीं रहा है पूरे ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम में, वो भी कम से कम सुन के कुछ गेन करेगा. That is why it is told that participants' engagement is a must in a training program. That is the actual role of a facilitator. Ensure that you try to engage your audience in the whole training program. Next is transmits knowledge and assess competency. Here he draws out participants' experience to accomplish participants' goal. Sometimes what happen as a trainer, we are confined with a certain set of examples, certain set of experiences to share. But when you ask the participants to get involved in the whole process, what happens that you also get to know a lot of different ideas, and the others in the forum also learn something out of it. That is why engaging and sharing of participants' experiences must, which happens under facilitation. Training is a direct reaching process, while facilitation is a group work and which addresses to the issues. Clear? Moving on to top facilitation techniques. Here are the few facilitation techniques for your reference. There are 9 facilitation techniques which we have covered here. Each and every techniques notes, short notes are there in the regular class PPTs. You can refer to that. Here I have just shown you the summary slide which talks only about the names of the facilitation technique: active listening techniques, icebreakers and energizers, visual facilitation, aid, world cafe method, role play and simulation, SWOT analysis, open space technology, mindfulness and reflection technique, and appreciation circles. So these are the top facilitation techniques. You'll get all the details about this in detail in the regular class PPT. So please refer to that PPT while you study for your exams. Moving on to training methods. Again, I've listed 13 training methods. These are the traditional training methods which have been widely accepted. While carrying out a training program, either one or a combination of more training methods can be incorporated and conducted a program. Always a combination of training methods helps to catch the attention of the participants and ensure that whatever training you are imparting is successful. Clear? Is it all clear? Training methods.
Yes.
Any doubts till now? Okay. Prince. So we move on. Now we move on to, now that we know what are the different types of training methods, how do we decide? Just now I mentioned that we need to combine couple of training methods. Sometimes it may so happen that we need to use A combination of these training methods. Suppose we have a 2-day training program on conflicts and negotiation. What will we do? We will incorporate lectures. We will incorporate case studies. We incorporate role plays. In fact, we can incorporate business games. The whole team training can happen. Behavioral modeling can also happen. Yes, audio visuals can also happen. Of course, conflict and negotiation we cannot go ahead with on the job training. It cannot be self-directed learning. So, a combination of many methods can lead to a effective training program. So, now how do we decide what is the right training method which we need to choose? So, these are the 5 steps we need to follow in order to choose a right training method. First of all, we need to access the need of the employees. In my organization, it is not that I need to give conflict resolution, negotiation and conflict and negotiation training to all my employees. Suppose he is not a marketing guy who actually needs this training more. He is somebody from accounts. He may not need that training to the extent what a person sitting in marketing department needs. So first identify, access the need of your employee. Then at stage 2, consider different learning styles. There are 4 different learning styles.
Yes, ma'am.
VARK. We'll go through that in the coming slides. So out of that VARK learning styles, we need to incorporate maybe 1, 2 or all 3, 4. Then stage 3 is embrace technology. Trainings cannot be now a teacher coming, a trainer coming, a facilitator coming, giving lectures and going. You have to use the technologies there present. Utilize case study and real life examples, stage 4. And lastly, provide ongoing support and feedback. Feedback is very important. Only via feedback you come to know whether what the content, the style, whatever you have delivered is correct. ठीक है? Move on to the next topic, adult learning. Before understanding the adult learning principles, we will understand why do adults want to learn. These are some of the key factors explaining why adults learn. We also fall into this. इट इज नॉट दैट चलो ठीक है स्कूल हो गया, कॉलेज हो गया, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन हो गया, जॉब लग गई, पैसे मिल रहे हैं, अब क्या ही है, लर्निंग क्यों ही है. बट स्टिल adult learning is a continuous process, and these are some of the factors which leads to adult learning. First, career advancement and job performance. In your workplace also, if you continuously learn, it will help you in career advancement and job performance, personal growth and self improvement. It helps in life changes and adaptation, social and community engagement, health and well-being, achievement of personal goals, economic and financial benefits. These are some key factors which explains why an adult still wants to learn even after being an adult. And now these are the 5 adult learning principles. Everybody is aware of this?
Yes, ma'am. Some of them.
Again, take couple of minutes, go through all the 5 principles: self concept, readiness, motivation, experience and orientation. Just go through it quickly. What exactly these 5 principles mean? असाइनमेंट में भी यही क्वेश्चन था ना शायद? किया क्या किसी ने असाइनमेंट?
No, ma'am. Not now.
नो मैम
As
अभी
of
नहीं
now,
किया।
अभी दिवाली के बाद है?
3 तारीख तक
नो
है
मैम,
मैम, 3 तारीख तक है।
मैं आज ही करूंगा।
I think this is one of the questions. I'll just go through it. Hmm. Clear? Adult learning principles? नो, असाइनमेंट में ये क्वेश्चन नहीं है, सो हमारे एग्जाम में आ सकता है ना?
मैम और क्या क्या आ सकता है एग्जाम में वो भी बताइएगा।
पहले आप पूरा सेशन अटेंड कर लो, पूरा रिवीजन कर लेते हैं, फिर अपन डिस्कस करते हैं और क्या क्या हम पूछ सकते हैं एग्जाम में। हो गया? क्लियर? क्लियर है? आगे बढ़े?
यस मैम।
हाँ, मूविंग ऑन। नेक्स्ट, इट्स ऑल अबाउट ट्रेनिंग मटेरियल्स। ट्रेनिंग मेथड पता चल गया, ट्रेनिंग कंडक्ट करना है, कैसे करना है, कौन सा मेथड यूज करना है, इट इज ऑल क्लियर नाउ। नाउ कमिंग टू व्हाट ट्रेनिंग मटेरियल्स you will use while conducting a training program. You may use presentation videos, written notes, training manuals, process document, e-learnings, activity sheets, whiteboard, checklist, self-assessment tool. Again, here also it is not that you have to use only one type of training material. You may use everything in combination depending on what type of training you are conducting. But you should be aware that this is what it is. If you use maximum training material, it would be good for your delivery of the content. Now we understand how do we create a training material. So there are 8 steps in creating this training material. First, identify the learning objective. If you are, that is the basic. If you are not aware of what learning objectives you are going to start the training, it will all go for a toss. So identify the learning objective. Then curate and evaluate your existing material. You may have existing material now based on the previous training feedback. You can curate and again evaluate. If at all this is the first time training, all the more take the help of maybe your colleagues or seniors or the previous some sort of nearby training program which has happened, and then make your material. Allocate responsibility for developing new material. Choose the right formats. Define the scope and develop the outline of the training. Here, sixth step is create content. I told you in the regular class also that most of the time it happens that we start preparing the training material from step 6. Yes, we forget all what we have to do till step 5. सीधा ट्रेनिंग डिक्लेयर हुआ, क्रिएट कंटेंट करते हैं कि नहीं है?
राइट मैम।
सो
करेक्ट मैम, करेक्ट।
हमारा स्टेप 1 ही स्टेप 6 बन जाता है कि जैसे ही पता चला ट्रेनिंग है, स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग कंटेंट। हम देखते ही नहीं है, स्टेप 1 तो कहीं पिक्चर में आता ही नहीं है। टिल स्टेप 5 वी इग्नोर एवरीथिंग एंड फॉर अस ट्रेनिंग मटेरियल इज क्रिएट कंटेंट, लेवरेज टेक्नोलॉजी, रिवाइज, रिव्यू एंड रिवाइज. बट आइडियली go to step 1, start from step 1 and go through whole step. Then only the material which comes out after you follow all these steps will be very robust. It will cover everything want to give to the participants. So ensure you don't jump on step 6. You start from step 1. This is a critical stage of the what you say steps or creating a good training material. Why? Because good training materials are the foundation of effective training program. Now, what happens when your training material is good? We have 5 benefits. It facilitates learning, enhance knowledge retention, improves learning outcomes, boost motivation, and deliver higher training. Is everything clear till now? जिसने अटेंड किया है वो और जिसने नहीं अटेंड किया, आइडिया आ
Yes,
रहा है
ma'am.
क्या क्या कवर हुआ है
Yes,
अभी
ma'am.
तक हमने
हाँ
ये
मैम।
पेपर में? आइडिया आ रहा है ना? एक ब्रीफ आइडिया आ रहा है. सी 10 सेशंस, आई हैव ओनली 90 minutes to cover. So that is why you may feel that it is going a bit fast, but frankly speaking, I am trying to cover all the theory part which we have covered. So थोड़ा fast है, but you will get an idea that okay ये सारा भी cover हुआ है ये module में, and you have to stick to only this PPT. This is what your syllabus is. This 10th class revision class PPT. टॉपिक्स यही है. टॉपिक्स के बारे में ज्यादा पढ़ने के लिए इंडिविजुअल सेशन पीपीटी. ठीक है? नथिंग एल्स. इतना बता दिया है.
Okay, ma'am.
So I have made life easy for you. Now moving on. Next is training groups. Training group. What is a training group? It is a structured approach used to deliver educational content and skill development through collaborative learning. Collaborative why? Because it is a group. Group में training हो रहा है. It is beneficial for corporate environment, educational institutions and community organizations. Now, ये जो ट्रेनिंग ग्रुप होता है, कौन कौन से फैक्टर्स अफेक्ट करते हैं ये ट्रेनिंग ग्रुप को? लर्निंग स्टाइल्स, पास्ट एक्सपीरियंसेस, ग्रुप में कितने लोग हैं, ग्रुप का साइज, कितने लोगों का एक दूसरे से पट रहा है, जम रहा है, ग्रुप डायनामिक्स, and lastly cultural and social factors. These are the factors affecting the training group. Next is effective strategies for trainer. Assessment, flexibility, inclusivity and engagement. These are the strategy which each and every trainer should incorporate. What do we do in assessment? We evaluate the participants' learning style, past experience and group dynamics. Flexibility में we try to adapt teaching methods, different teaching methods. Inclusivity में the participants who are attending the training program should feel valued and heard. You remember the quality of a facilitator? You should be a good listener. So you should make everyone feel that you are listening to each of them in the meeting. Lastly, engagement. Variety of activities and materials. Use of a variety of activity and material to maintain interest and accommodate different learning principles. Sab kuch. Everything combined. See, effective strategies. Suppose there is a question, effective strategies of a trainer. Whatever you have learned, not only in this paper, everything, sab kuch club karke you have to present that, oh, this is the effective strategy for a trainer. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now coming to different types of learning styles. We have by now discussed that okay ट्रेनिंग मेथड ये होना चाहिए, ट्रेनिंग स्टाइल क्या चाहिए, उसका सर्वे करो ये, पर कौन से टाइप के ट्रेनिंग स्टाइल्स होते हैं? सो बेसिकली देर आर 4 ट्रेनिंग स्टाइल्स: विजुअल, ऑडिटरी, रीडिंग राइटिंग एंड काइनेस्थेटिक.
What,
Visual,
ma'am?
It's all about this. This may be a pakka revision for you. Everybody knows these 4 kinds of learning style. Quickly we go through it then. Visual learners, it's all about image, graphics, videos. Audio learners, when a speaker is talking, one keeps on listening. Lecture style teaching, that is auditory learners. Reading, writing learners. Some people read, write, and then only they are able to learn. So, textbook reading, case materials, manuals, ये सब से they learn. And lastly, kinesthetic. They are all into hands-on learner. जब खुद पे आया, खुद किया, खुद से समझा, खुद से मिस्टेक्स किया, खुद से वो मिस्टेक्स को करेक्ट किया, and then you learn. So those are called kinesthetic learners. So the learning style, work learning style, which is visual, auditory, read and write, kinesthetic. Any doubts till now?
नो मैम.
ठीक है ना?
No, no.
रवि किधर थे तुम? लास्ट 4-5 क्लास से गायब हो.
मैम सॉरी मैम. मैम दिवाली के टाइम पे ना मैम हमारे कंपनी में मैम ऑटोमोबाइल है, सो मैम सेल्स का
हाँ,
बहुत पंगा रहता है मैम. रियली सॉरी मैम.
मतलब दशहरा से पहले से ही गायब हो.
हाँ मैम, दशहरे के टाइम से मैम वो फेस्टिविटी सीजन स्टार्ट हो जाता है मैम, सो लॉट ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स डालने
Your
पड़ते हैं
colleagues were also missing you. We had
मैम.
couple of discussion scenario analysis classes, debate जैसा classes था, so they were also telling पता नहीं कहाँ गए.
I'm really sorry मैम, really sorry मैम.
No worries, no worries. So these are the 4 types of learning styles. Moving on to determinants of training styles. What determines which training style? Training characteristics, training objectives, training environment, organizational culture, and learners' demographics. Again, these are the points, these are the key determinants. Details you will get in class PPT. These 5 determinants define what kind of training style should be incorporated in our training program. Similarly, constituents of training styles. These are the key constituents of the training styles. Delivery method, content presentation, learning activities, feedback mechanism, follow-up and reinforcement. After learning everything about training methods, training style, training material, सब कुछ कर लिया. अब finally कौन सा right training style we need to adapt in our training program. How do we do that? So this is a 6-step process wherein first we start with assess learners' characteristics, define the training objectives to them, analyze the training environment, select training methods and material, implement and monitor training, evaluate training effectiveness. Where you need to do kinesthetic training, you have to do kinesthetic. It cannot be that only visual will work there. There, if the combination of 2 is required, go ahead with that. Only then we can achieve training effectiveness. Now moving on to various roles of a trainer. So a trainer can be a teacher, coach, guru, mentor, guide, instructor. So these are all considered, these 6 roles are considered as roles of a trainer. He can be anyone out of this at a particular time or clubbed together. He can be an instructor as well as a coach. Okay, these are various roles of a trainer. Now competencies of a trainer. Competencies of a trainer are divided into personal competency, technical competency and business competency. So technical trainer का competencies 3 heads में divided है. Personal, technical, business. These are various personal competencies of a trainer. Go through them fast. Technical competencies. Business competencies. Clear? So, competencies of a trainer is broadly divided into personal competencies, technical competencies, and business competencies. This is the trainer's competency model. 4 different quadrants: development, delivery, assessment, and management. We start with development, understand the business need, then design the program, delivery through presentation, assessment, what are the outcome, what are the competency. Finally, understand need analysis, business impact, metrics, and measurement. So the trainer's competency model is divided into 4 different quadrants. Moving on to the qualities of a trainer. These are the qualities of a trainer. Every trainer should have this quality. Training need identification, organization, versatility, delivery, focus, training, design, evaluation, time management, patience, communication, subject knowledge, ability to handle group dynamics. These are the few qualities of a professional trainer. You get everything in detail in the detailed presentation. Next, we covered effective training delivery. Why is effective training delivery important? Because it helps in organization structure. Start of the first session, we studied that why training is important for both employer as well as employee. So for employer, it is fostering growth and productivity, and for an employee, it is organization structure. When both come together, it is an overall performance. That is why effective training delivery is must. These are the 6 steps process to design and deliver an effective training program. You can consider this as an important question because these 6 steps tell you how to design and deliver an effective training program. Stage 1, step 1 includes assess the current skills and content, current skills of whom? Employees. Content of our training program. Step 2, define training goals in line with the business goal. If you fail here and if you directly reach to step 6, you will not achieve what you want. So at step 2 itself, you should be very clear with defining the training goals and the business goals. It should be in line. Business expect something from you and you are going not in the way of what the business goal is. The whole training program will go for a toss. So ensure that you define the training goals in line with the business goals. Step 3, डिटरमाइन अ बजट फॉर सेटअप एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। सब कुछ सही, ट्रेनिंग एचआर ने सब कर लिया, बढ़िया कर रहा है, ये ऐसे लेके जाएंगे, कहीं रिसोर्ट में जाके ट्रेनिंग कराएंगे, ये सब बातें। जब व्हेन इट कम्स टू एक्चुअल अप्रूवल्स, you should be aware what is the budget set for a particular training program. So first determine a budget and set for setup and implementation. When you know that this is what my cost will come for conducting a training program, first get it approved. First determine it, get it approved, and then keep it ready for implementation. Step 4, build your training plan and content. Again, we always think of starting from step 4. We forget the step 1, step 2, and step 3 in the whole process of delivering an effective training program. That is why I am repeating again and again. You should ensure that the step from which you start, you have something previously to be done on that front. So focus on that. Why is this 6-step process to design delivery? It is to give you an effective training program, and to have that, follow all the steps. Don't start from step 4, which is directly build your training plan and content. Step 5, communicate, get buy-in and implement. Once you build the training plan and content, next is communicate, buy-in and implement. Lastly, at the end of everything, ensure that you evaluate and get proper feedback, because only feedbacks can help you improve. Even if you get a 5-star rating, always try to read the qualitative feedback. You definitely will get something to improve for the next session. So evaluate, get feedback and improve. Step 6. Step 6 is the most important and crucial step of the whole training program. How many of you agree to that? ट्रेनिंग करने को बोला, कर दिया, मेरा काम हो गया, या स्टेप 6 इंपॉर्टेंट है?
मैम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
So always ensure you look for the feedback, then evaluate based on that feedback and improve your training, whether it is style, whether it is method, whether it is material, कुछ भी है, this step only will help you improve for the next time. I hope I am clear with this 6-step process.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have handling different situation for effective training delivery. These are 10 situations wherein you should think of how do we handle these situations. You may have experienced some of this in all your training programs. Diverse learning style, adapt this. Technical issues, try to solve. Participants disengagement immediately. This we discussed a lot of times, that post lunch session participants are very much disoriented, not paying attention. How do you try to catch their attention? Make them feel fresh even after it is post lunch session. Varying level of knowledge, time constraint, cultural differences, conflicts and disagreements, feedback and adaptation, motivation issues, reinforce, follow up and reinforcement. For every situation, we had a case study discussion, a scenario discussion that is there in the PPT. This also is a very important topic. I request everybody to go through this along with the examples. If you understand the theory with an example, it is easy to accept it. From the class, first session, first class, whatever it is, I was always telling you this. If a theory is coupled with a real life example or a scenario, it is easy for you to understand. You will be able to connect it with your on job examples, and that is how our classes and the discussion emerged. If for those who have not attended, I don't know, but those who attended all the 10 sessions, they will feel that. ठीक है? So this is
Yes, ma'am. Not
handling.
all.
Pardon?
Yes, ma'am. Not all, but some of the classes means I could I missed somewhere around two.
Ah. So theory coupled with a scenario or an example will definitely make you understand the concept very well. So this was what the theory we covered throughout the 10 sessions. Now the room is open for you. I did my monologue for 1 hour. So the rest of the time is all yours. You can tell me क्या कैसे, कोई डाउट, कोई ऑब्जर्वेशन, कुछ भी शेयर करना हो, लेट मी नो. This is what we have covered throughout the 10 classes, 9 classes. You have anything to tell? Any questions?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Yogesh.
Yeah, sorry,
Did you
I just
attend the
joined.
class? Yeah, last
I
class you
could.
told me that you will attend the whole
Yes.
revision class.
Actually, there was a kind of urgency. I have to go along with my family to my relative's house, and I'm just coming, and I have joined for last 5 minutes only. Okay, so I request you if you can share this recording as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'll tell the concern at ISTD to share the recording as well as the PPT, because at
Correct.
the start of the class I told everybody that this is a cumulative PPT of all the 9 sessions, theory of all what we have done in
Correct.
last 9 sessions with the bullet points. So you understand what exactly we have covered in this module, and to know more or study more about this topic, you have to refer to the individual class PPTs.
Right.
And you stick to this PPT for your exams. Since today,
Okay.
see, till now, 9 classes, I was never concerned with exams and internals and assignments and all. Because for me, it was you understanding the concept, sharing, interacting, experience. एक ने कुछ बोला मेरी कंपनी में ये हुआ. That was what my aim was. But now that we have reached to a stage wherein exam is also important, I agree. Since we have registered to this course, you have to write, score, and move on. So, from exam point of view, this is what the content will be.
Okay.
So, you need to refer to the PPTs.
Right.
Whatever has been shared. I guess all 9 PPTs are shared with you. And
Yes, those are episode.
and this is the last one which I'll be just sharing after the class. So I'll
Okay.
ensure that it will reach to you
Thank you,
ASAP.
madam. Yeah.
Yes, Ravi.
मैम देर आर कपल ऑफ थिंग्स मैम पहली चीज़ तो मैम लाइक इट वाज अ वेरी गुड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस मैम मज़ा आया मैम जितने भी सेशंस अटेंड करें लर्नड अ लॉट एंड थैंक्स टू आवर कलीग्स ऑल्सो लर्नड कलीग्स ऑल्सो मैम सेकेंडली थिंग इज दैट मैम एक सवाल था मैम
Hmm.
अभी हम लोगों का yesterday ओनली रिजल्ट्स वर पब्लिश्ड फॉर द
Okay.
रिटन सेमेस्टर ऑफ फर्स्ट सेम
First
सो
sem,
वहाँ
huh?
हाँ जी मैम सो मोस्ट ऑफ अस व्हाट आई सॉ मैम कि आईडी में देयर वाज नॉट गुड रैंकिंग्स जबकि आईडी वाज अ वेरी लेंथी पेपर एंड वी सबमिटेड द आंसर्स। मैम मेरे को ये पूछना है कि जैसे हम लोग जो आंसर्स कर रहे हैं रिटन पे, ठीक है,
Hmm.
ड्यू टू लिमिटेशन ऑफ टाइम तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं मैम जनरली व्हाट आई डू इज कि जो मेन टॉपिक्स हैं मेन टॉपिक्स को एक दो लाइन में डिस्क्राइब करके किसी आंसर का वी गो इनटू सब टॉपिक्स, तो
Hmm.
इट मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ बुलेट पॉइंट्स एंड ऑल। तो
Hmm.
मैम कहने का मतलब मैम फ्रॉम योर एक्सपीरियंस मैम कि आंसर शुड बी समरेटिव और शुड इट बी लाइक मोर टुवर्ड्स बुलेट पॉइंट while we are writing the written exam.
Ravi, I would like to tell you, we are at that stage in our life or career or whatever, those who are there enrolled in this program. I don't think we have to mug up all the things and produce it word by word, full stop, comma. मतलब ये वो stage भी नहीं है. Why are we here? To gain some knowledge, and exam maybe it should be only point wise, that a teacher should come to know that boss इन्होंने concept समझ लिया है, that's it. Your answers should be in such a way that you are giving, suppose you are writing my paper, I should understand from your answers that okay, the concept is clear. Whether he cannot write pages and pages doesn't matter. For example, this is the question which has been asked in the exam. Write different situation, handling different situation for effective training. There are 10 situations. If you give names of these 10 situations and एक दो लाइन भी अगर इसको एक्सप्लेन कर दिया, तो मुझे समझ तो आ गया ना कि 10 सिचुएशन तो पता है एक्स किसी को भी जिसने भी लिखा है, एंड दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. अगर सिचुएशन पता है तो तुम्हें पता ही है कि वो सिचुएशन में क्या करना है.
राइट मैम, राइट मैम।
इज इट? समझ आया? So,
हाँ जी मैम।
if you ask me, it should not be full समरी करके लिखना है पूरा पेजेस, सप्लीमेंट्रीज भरते हैं जो हम करते थे स्कूल कॉलेज में, वैसे नहीं करना है. एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव भी इतना ऑब्जेक्टिव मत कर लो कि फिर सिर्फ नाम लिख दिया. पूरा 25 मार्क का क्वेश्चन और तुमने सिर्फ नाम लिख दिया, तो फिर वो जो भी टीचर चेक करेगा वो सोचेगा ये क्या, सिर्फ इतना ही. यू गॉट माई पॉइंट, व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू.
जी मैम, समझ गया मैम, समझ
You
गया।
should give that evaluator a sign wherein he or she should know that okay, the concept is clear with this person. Now I have to see whether he has tried to cover marks के हिसाब से length of the answer. क्योंकि आफ्टर ऑल टीचर थोड़ा लेंथ तो देखेगा, ये तो मतलब इनबिल्ड ही रहता है.
जी मैम।
तो
मैम एक एक
ट्राई टू गिव एग्जांपल्स. सो तुम्हारा ये जो टॉपिक आया, एक टॉपिक लिखा, एक सिचुएशन, डाइवर्स लर्निंग स्टाइल, टेक्निकल इशू. टेक्निकल इशू में यू रिमेम्बर यू ओनली टोल्ड दैट पावर पॉइंट बंद हो गया था, ये
जी, जी
क्लास के
मैम, जी,
डिस्कशन में है ना. तो बस वही
जी,
चीज लिखना है, टेक्निकल इश्यूज, पावर पॉइंट फेल हो गया, वहां इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डाउन हो गया जहां पे क्लास ले रहे थे, तो इमीडिएटली तुमने पैम्पलेट्स भेजे या रोल प्ले करा दिया या कुछ भी करा दिया. वही चीज हुआ ना हैंडलिंग डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशंस कि टेक्निकल इश्यू है, तो वो चीज एक्सप्लेन करो वॉट एवर यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस. हाँ, बट यू हैव टू गो थ्रू ऑल द टॉपिक्स, ओनली देन यू विल कम टू नो विच सिचुएशन टू अप्लाई वेयर. समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस, ये नाम से ही तुम्हें वहां बैठ के ही तुम्हारे खुद के एग्जाम्पल्स याद आएंगे या क्या आंसर कर सकते हो पता चल जाएगा. ट्राई टू
राइट मैम,
गिव एग्जाम्पल्स एंड एक्सप्लेन द टॉपिक्स.
समझ गया। मैम एक और क्वेश्चन है मैम,
हम्म.
इट इज़ मोर ऑन द सोशल सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट। मैम सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट है मैम, लिंक्डइन पे बहुत सर्च किया मैम, आपको मिला नहीं मैम। एक अपना हैंडल का मैम एक बार प्लीज़ मैम, आप अगर आप डाल दो मैम मैसेज में,
ओके.
प्लीज़
ओके.
मैम।
ओके. नेक्स्ट.
Madam, could you please explain the difference between training need identification and training need analysis?
Training need identification and training need analysis. Okay.
Difference.
Wait, I'll take you to that point. Correct? This one, no?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. So for this, what did I tell you? That whenever we have to identify a gap, gap can be identified only when you compare two things. Like identify the desired situation and identify the actual situation. Now that if you find a gap, why the desired result was not achieved, that is a gap analysis. Okay, so the gap analysis can be on the basis of knowledge, skills, and ability. Knowledge of the participant, skills of the participants, and the ability of the participant. It can be on individual basis. Whether this training need analysis is individual is a part of this need analysis. what you say, structure, hierarchy.
Okay.
Understood? Gap analysis will be individual based. Whether TNA covers everything, the whole organization, starting from individual, I as an individual working in a team or a department, and then overall various department in an organization. So that is why if you see this diagram, you will come to know. Stage 1 is identify the desired work. Stage 2, दोनों actual. Third is the 1 और 2 के बीच का difference. Gap analysis. अगर gap is mostly because of these reasons, it can be solved at that level. If at all it doesn't solve, then only we go for TNA. But frankly speaking, in all the organization, we start with DNA because it covers individual in that TNA analysis. Got it? This is a broader picture. TNA includes everything. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का स्ट्रैटेजी गोल भी आइडेंटिफाई करके वो पूरे ट्रेनिंग को वो गोल को अचीव करने के लिए लेके जाएगा. सो इंडिविजुअल, ऑपरेशनल, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Have you started prepare? अच्छा, असाइनमेंट ही नहीं किया तो प्रिपेयर कहाँ से किया होगा अभी तक?
Now preparing.
Preparing. So now it is this will be a full Diwali week. Enjoy your festives. We'll see after the
Along,
festival.
along with the
But we are
assignments.
given deadline on 3rd na, madam. 3rd November.
थर्ड है. 31st से थर्ड हो गया ना?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Madam.
Ma'am,
So
next semester onwards, I would request if the sessions would be on the weekdays, means per subject per day means would be okay. Means otherwise on Sunday, if 4 sessions are together, it becomes difficult.
so what exactly you want? That weekdays में कब? रात को?
हाँ मैम, if it is possible मैम, because अभी हो क्या रहा है मैम कि जैसे संडे आता है उसमें ही चारों सेशंस होते हैं.
And Sunday ko, if at all we have some family commitments, we are gone. All 4 session goes for a toss in one shot.
I think
Right.
the idea is of this adult learners, that too for professional working people. It is only on Saturday or Sunday wherein they are having some time and they can spare. But yes, instead of 4 session, if it is like 3 or 2, that would be ideal. I believe in that way. Maybe the batchmate who is having like working day ka evening mein kar lijiye. I don't think that it is feasible for all, and the ideal situation would be as it is going on. But yes, if it can be like instead of 4, it can be reduced like 3 to 2 or like that. Because what happens, madam, like I wanted this right from the beginning, but I was driving, so I wanted to take this earphone also, but again my wife told that you focus on the driving only. So what happens that I want to take it, but there are the
In
commitments.
fact, I was looking for you because last class you were the only one who
Correct,
were
correct.
more interested in attending
No,
this
no,
revision masterclass.
actually, see what happens that when we are actively doing it, see we can watch your this thing which we used to do, but here we get the opportunity to interact. Here we whatever we can ask you immediately. That is what, and here everybody feels agile, and that is the reason I want to participate as much as possible. But due to this technical and so many other commitments, what happens that we are unable. So my point is, as it is going is fine, but if at all it can be like reduced, and if it can be like Sunday early we can initiate, or maybe late evening, so that at least we have that some in between, some gap which we wherein we can take proper food or we can relax. That is what it is. Because
So
I
I
live in the city wherein I'm sorry, but the city where we are we get only Saturday and Sunday, and it is very packed. In Mumbai, like we live only in Saturday and Sunday.
correct.
Yogesh bhai, you are lucky that you are getting a Saturday. यहाँ तो भाई संडे भी लगी ही है भाई.
नहीं, बोलने
But
के लिए
Yogesh doesn't, but
रवि जी
Yogesh
इट इज
doesn't
जस्ट फॉर
feel that
सेइंग.
मैम, because योगेश के जो नंबर आया है मैम लास्ट सेमेस्टर के, इसको जरूरत नहीं है पढ़ाई वढ़ाई की. ये he is capable of his own only.
और
अच्छे
वही
नंबर
बोल
आए
रहे
मैम।
थे कि मैम रिवीजन क्लास में क्या कराओगे, आप सारा कराओगे क्या,
हाँ
मैं तो अटेंड उतना एक्साइटेड थे ना, इसीलिए मैंने उनको ध्यान में रखते सारा डेटा एक ही पीपीटी में डाल दिया कि जो लोग आते हैं उनके लिए भी सही है, जो लोग नहीं अटेंड कर पाए फॉर वॉट एवर रीजन वो लोग भी एक कॉन्सोलिडेटेड पीपीटी देख लेंगे कि अच्छा ठीक है ये सारे टॉपिक्स कवर किया, एग्जाम में इसी में से कुछ आएगा। उनका सोच के ही मैंने ये आज के सेशन का पीपीटी बनाया और वो मोनोलॉग रखा। इट आई थिंक दिस इज माई फर्स्ट, आई मीन द लास्ट क्लास, वही मेरा फर्स्ट क्लास है जहां मैं इतना बोली हूँ कंटिन्यूअस, मतलब फुल 1 hour
Right.
इट वाज अ मोनोलॉग फ्रॉम माय साइड।
No, no, we are sincerely thankful to you, madam. You have spent some time, effort, and extra, even efforts. I can see we have, 4 faculties in this session as well, and we see that you forcefully engage us as a literary classroom student. The way you have started, so it is. We feel like we are gone back to the days when we were in school and all. So we enjoy it actually. No, so
So,
that
so,
is the
so,
very good
so
thing.
in exam, write the answer that I want to be a facilitator, wherein I will involve my participants and have this experience sharing, not
Correct,
a
correct.
trainer के one way monologue हो।
Absolutely, absolutely.
To start with, I'll
मैम
answer Prince का question. He was telling that weekdays में क्यों नहीं रखेंगे। See, प्रिंस ये तो फर्स्ट थिंग है, ये कोर्स शायद बना ही वीकेंड के लिए है, जैसे सर ने बोला कि वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए। सो आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ हैविंग एनी क्लासेस इन द वीकडेज। इट विल डेफिनेटली बी ऑन अ वीकेंड, सैटरडे संडे। Secondly, what we discussed is we can have 3 sessions that even I can speak with the team, क्योंकि अब जैसे आई हैव फिनिश्ड माई सेशन टुडे, आई डोंट थिंक अबाउट अदर सेशंस, दे स्टिल हैव सेशंस टू गो एंड योर एग्जाम्स आर इन डिसम्बर, सो देर इज 1 month ऑफ गैप इन बिटवीन। सो इफ एट ऑल वी कैन हैव 3 sessions, then also we can cover that throughout the whole semester and reach to a point wherein all sessions end together before your exams. That is also possible. Now if my paper got, any other module got ended,
मैम फर्स्ट पेपर जो था सिक्स वाला फिफ्थ पेपर वो तो बहुत पहले ही कंप्लीट हो गया था।
कौन सा फिफ्थ? फिफ्थ तो मेरा है।
मैम सॉरी सिक्स वाला।
From training, evaluation, and measurement,
यस
it got finished.
यस 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 सॉरी
वो खत्म हो गया,
मैम कब का।
तो फिर उतने सेशंस तो खाली होंगे ना आपके।
मैम खाली पहले ही समझ में नहीं आया मैम, तो खाली करके क्या करेगा मैम, वो समझ ही नहीं आया ठीक से वो तो फिर। मैम एक तरफ का मैम रिवीजन के टाइम पे मोनोलॉग समझ में आता है मैम, वेरी ऑनेस्टली इट वाज मैम,
हम्म।
क्योंकि वी हैव अ ग्रुप व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, बंदे उसमें डिस्कस करते रहते हैं। सो मैम उसमें होता है मैम, वी डिस्कस लाइक आपका जैसे लर्निंग ट्रेनिंग स्टाइल है ना, एंड अदर 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 फैकल्टीज आल्सो, नो डिसरिस्पेक्ट टू देम
हाँ, नो नो,
विद
एवरी
with
इंडिविजुअल इज
all
डिफरेंट।
yes ma'am. So मैम सबका स्टाइल अलग होता है, somebody just comes and read out PPT and gives you task and so वो जल्दी कवर हो जाता है मैम। ये उसमें फिर उसका लर्निंग का जो इम्पैक्ट होता है मैम हम लोग के लिए भी, पीपल गेट बोर्ड मैम। आज सुबह वाला सेशन का फीडबैक इट वाज नॉट वेरी गुड एंड ये होता है मैम, सो दैट मेक्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट मैम कि इतने जल्दी समय में कंप्लीट करके पता भी नहीं चलता है बंदों को कि हाँ भाई मैंने 2 सेशन मिस कर दिए तो हाफ हाफ
काफी
सिलेबस
कुछ
कंप्लीट
खाली
है।
वो हो
यस
जाएगा,
मैम
मिस हो
यस मैम,
जाएगा दो
वो
सेशंस
कनेक्ट
का।
करने में भी बहुत मुश्किल होता है मैम, बहुत
हम्म।
बहुत।
तो वो एक 3 session वाला वी कैन जस्ट टेक अप विद आईएसटीडी सो दैट एटलीस्ट।
मैम I excuse मैम, I
हाँ
don't know मैम if it is feasible with everyone, but specifically like on Saturday evening, if we could have 1 or 2 session and other 2 or 3 on the Sunday,
Oh, you mean
that
to
can
say
also be.
spread the 4 session into 2 days rather than having all four in one day?
I think that
Right,
would be
right.
the kind of comparatively good situation because most of the working professionals are having weekdays off, like Saturdays and Sunday. So maybe once one can be taken in Saturday evening or time, maybe whatever is feasible to all, and then another the load of Sunday will be lesser. People can have their own
हाँ,
commitments also. They can
personal
address their
commitments also.
yes,
हाँ.
they personal they can address those personal commitments as well. So I believe that this is also a good option.
See, another thing is maybe this semester was full of festives. ठीक है,
Right.
नवरात्र, दशहरा, वो जन्माष्टमी, रक्षाबंधन से शुरू होता है, तो एवरीथिंग वाज फॉलिंग ऑन अ वीकेंड, सो दैट आल्सो वाज अ थिंग। सो दिस सेमेस्टर, because of these festivities, it was difficult. I can see that with the
Correct.
participants coming to the session, but You can also take up with ISTD for next semesters. At least do this for us. If you
Correct,
can
correct.
spread it
What?
across Saturday, Sunday, you should first internally check with all the participants. Only then you can take up with ISTD.
True, true.
Right, ma'am.
ठीक
Ma'am,
है?
even I don't know about the means others, but somehow my all exams, like the first semester exam as well as the second one, are going to happen on the cycle meets day. Actually, we have cycle meetings on of our organization on these particular months, and I mean, in that particular days, it's quite difficult to attend the exams too.
Oh.
Anyhow, but that can be done because that's on Sundays.
Hmm. Then you have to take up with the ISTD admin because एग्जाम्स तो you cannot miss. वरना फिर अगले साल वो अगली बैच के साथ देना और ऐसे सब आएगा काफी लोग हैं जो कौन से बैच के पता नहीं वो तुम्हारे साथ एग्जाम दे रहे हैं.
Right, ma'am.
90th बैच है 87 अभी भी एग्जाम दे रहा है तुम्हारे साथ. ऐसे भी हैं लोग तो तुम वो मत करो. ट्राई टू फिनिश इट ऑफ विद दिस विद द फ्लो ओनली. वो जो साथ साथ में कैसे भी टाइम निकाल के खत्म कर लोगे इट वुड बी गुड. वरना कहाँ वापस पढ़ के सेम थिंग अगेन एंड अगेन. नो पॉइंट.
राइट मैम, दैट्स वेरी राइट. वो एग्जाम तो नहीं मैम, बट क्लासेस का मैं तो एक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, इफ इट इज पॉसिबल देन टू बी
क्लासेस का
कंसीडर.
प्रिंस बोलो क्या बोलेंगे. यही बोलेंगे तुम्हें रिकॉर्डिंग सारी मिल रही है बिकॉज तुम अटेंड नहीं कर पा रहे हो. तो तुम रिकॉर्डिंग देख लो. यही होने वाला है. अगेन वो फिर जैसे योगेश सर ने बोला कि मैम रिकॉर्डिंग में ये नहीं होता कि मैं बात कर मेरा इन्वॉल्वमेंट वो नहीं
राइट.
रहता. दैट आई कंप्लीटली अग्री. बट नाउ दिस इज व्हाट द स्ट्रक्चर पैटर्न ऑफ द कोर्स इज.
मैम ये स्ट्रक्चर
राइट.
पैटर्न चेंज नहीं होने वाला मैम, बिकॉज इट इज गोइंग ऑन फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम. ये इट
एग्जैक्टली
इज
यू आर द 90th बैच. तो डू यू थिंक ये ऐसे चेंज हो जाएगा. Keep on giving feedbacks. Maybe they also will think that okay, feedback say we will revise and improve.
राइट मैम, राइट मैम.
Yes. So anybody else wants to tell anything, share?
बट मैम आपका जो सेशन है काफी इंटरेक्टिव रहा है हमेशा. एंड मैं तो अभी बोल भी दूंगा कुछ, रवि मुझे बाद में बोलेगा भी. एक बार तो रवि ने डर के मेरा नाम लेके बोला रवि प्रिंस बताएगा.
क्या बताएगा क्या मेरे को समझ नहीं आया.
Ma'am, there was a
वो
session
हमेशा ही बोलते हैं.
which you were taking and उसमें you were asking questions. तो हम लोग just आए थे, join करा था हम लोगों ने. And ma'am, the way you ask ना, way you ask for confirmation, because that is very important to get reinforcing the basically the training that you are providing. So this is
हाँ.
a very important point. तो आप इस तरह से कभी कभी reinforce करते हो ना कि question mark लगता है. तो अब मैं घबरा गया था, तो मैंने तो पास ऑन कर दिया. प्रिंस था बाजू में, प्रिंस को बोला भाई तू संभाल, मैं ऐसे नहीं होगा.
I
But
hope
you
you
handled,
all
but
enjoyed
you,
all the 10 sessions.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am, yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
We
We did,
enjoyed
we
all
did.
the sessions, and all the sessions were very insightful, and lots of case studies were discussed. So that helped us to understand the subject better. And we had lots of discussions. So we got the advantage of many experienced people. So different scenarios we discussed. So it helped us a lot.
Actually, Bhakti, it was not only me, it was your colleagues also, those who were present in all the sessions. Everybody tried to share their experience. Starting में लोगों को थोड़ा हो रहा था कि आई बोलना है, मैडम बोल रही है बोलने दो. फिर धीरे धीरे सब खुलने लगे. लास्ट सेशंस तक तो मेरा जो मैं प्रेजेंटेशंस बना के लाती थी वो पूरा खत्म ही नहीं होता था क्योंकि डिस्कशन खत्म नहीं होता था. तो इट वाज नॉट ओनली मी, इट वाज यू शुड थैंक एवरीबडी दोज हु वर प्रेजेंट बिकॉज दे वर आल्सो एक्टिवली इन्वॉल्व्ड एंड taking part. Everybody was like, I'll tell you what is my experience, I'll tell you what I faced, I'll tell you how exactly we should go about it. And everybody was taking each other's answers into consideration.
So in true sense, it was facilitation.
Yeah, exactly. So that is what mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Ma'am, also we got to know about neutral perspectives, ma'am, because we had in our group some very strong-minded, strong opinionated,
Yes, yes.
perspectives at time. In fact, me also. So we got to learn a lot of neutral perspectives. So this is the, ma'am, the beauty of learning, and especially at this age, So this is, ma'am, what I have taken out.
That is
It was
what we
fantastic.
should take away. The question which you asked, that summary answer लिखूं, वो गलत ही, वो summary लिखने की जरूरत ही नहीं. What you learned was, see, you should be judged from these 10 classes or whatever extra. पूरे session, पूरा module खत्म होने के बाद कुछ तुम्हें अच्छा feel हुआ, you are taking away something, that is important. रादर देन चलो ठीक है, एग्जाम्स तो होता ही है यार, अभी वो तो सिस्टम ही ऐसा है कि एग्जाम क्लियर करो तभी आगे होता है, वो तो बचपन से करते आए हैं. बट लर्निंग इज व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड लर्निंग हैपेंस फ्रॉम दूसरों का भी सुनो, और खुद के साथ क्या हुआ है वो किसी को बोला तो उस पे भी लोग बोलेंगे अरे ऐसा नहीं ऐसा.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am.
ठीक है. सो नाउ एवरीबडी एंजॉय फेस्टिव टाइम. आफ्टर दैट असाइनमेंट कर लेना. एंड देन एग्जाम्स की डेट आई है क्या?
हाँ जी
Yes,
मैम, आ
madam,
गई है.
it is already there.
When it is going to start?
In
December?
the month of December, it is complete month of
मैम
December.
नवंबर के एंड से शुरू है पेपर्स, सारे सारे सेमेस्टर्स के, एंड दिसंबर में हम लोग का मोस्टली पेपर्स दिसंबर में, मैम.
ठीक है. सो नवंबर में तो यू आर, सारे मॉड्यूल्स खत्म हो गए होंगे तो वीकेंड्स पे अभी कम क्लासेस होंगे ना?
हाँ जी मैम, अभी तो क्लासेस है नहीं मैम वैसे, लाइक एक का दुक्का है अभी. पहला वो जो मैम ने पेपर नाम लिया वो तो खत्म हो गया, एंड अभी आपका रिवीजन है, एंड लास्ट आज मेरे ख्याल से टुडे इज द लास्ट रिवीजन ऑफ द लास्ट बैच ऑल्सो.
ओके, सो यू आर ऑलमोस्ट डन, दैट मीन्स यू डोंट हैव एनीथिंग एल्स अब
Most
आगे.
probably on 10th November, I think it will be over.
10th November, you have 5 papers, no?
Four.
Four
फोर.
papers. Oh, so out of the 4 paper, one is already over. Today, our paper got over. So you're left with 2 more.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Most probably, I think so, on 10th November,
Last class.
last class.
Okay. Cool. So 4 papers, so you will manage, no problem. Any other doubts? Any feedback? Any issues? Any problem? You have next class at 4 o'clock?
यस मैम.
Okay.
No, ma'am, that has been
No, ma'am.
No,
cancelled.
ma'am, it has got cancelled.
अच्छा, कैंसिल हो
Yeah.
गया.
Hmm.
हुर्रे.
Okay. So, anybody wants to tell anything, or should we just say a goodbye and
I
let
have one
everybody else
question.
enjoy the weekend because next class भी cancel हो गया है?
I have one question, ma'am.
Yes, Bhakti.
Ma'am, like mostly trainer would be the term, and I think in outside India there is a term like facilitator. There will be a
Yes,
post as well
yes,
as a
yes.
facilitator. But
They
if we
don't
talk
call
about,
them trainers, they call them
yeah,
facilitator on the outside India.
but here it is all trainers.
Yeah.
But we have to be in the role of facilitator.
Hmm.
But we are not going to get the post of like as a facilitator. So sometimes maybe we have to switch the roles as well as the condition demands,
Hmm.
depending
See,
on
if
the
you do a
topic.
facilitation work, still you will be called as a trainer.
Yes,
Okay. So if my module was full of facilitation, still it will be considered as I did a training program on facilitation skills.
correct.
What it is.
Hmm.
Because here that facilitation concept is not widely accepted. इधर अभी भी ट्रेनिंग है, टी एन डी अब जाके थोड़ा एल पे हुआ है. हैव यू ऑब्जर्व दिस इन कंपनीज नाउ? They are switching from T&D to L&D. Training and development is now learning and development.
Hmm.
I have a follow-up question on this after Bhakti completes the question, ma'am.
Bhakti has completed her question.
Okay.
My question
So,
is,
ma'am,
yeah, it has completed.
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू. सो मैम, माई अभी जब भक्ति मैम कह रही थी मैम, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू नो मैम, अभी क्या है मैम, मोस्टली वी आर परसीव्ड एज ट्रेनर, राइटली सेड बाय भक्ति मैम, बट मैम व्हाट आई सी मैम, नाउ डेज इवन इन लिंक्डइन एंड अदर प्लेटफॉर्म्स जहाँ पे लाइक पीपल गेट हायर्ड एंड selected for certain roles, the demand for trainer has almost vanished, and people that they use the term called L&D, like learning and development manager.
Hmm.
So the projection between ma'am trainer and learning and development manager because training delivery is only one small part of L&D. But to project oneself from a trainer and to convince the world, or to convince ourselves also that we are a learning and development manager, what are the things, ma'am, we can incorporate in our careers or in our learning path? So मैम वो थोड़ा सा बता देते मैम, थोड़ा सा एक ओवरव्यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए मैम।
मतलब आपको ऐसे चाहिए कि कोई आपको ट्रेनर ना बुलाए, और क्योंकि ट्रेनिंग एक लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट का पार्ट है। सो दैट इज व्हाट भक्ति वाज टेलिंग, नो नोबडी हियर रिकॉग्नाइजेस अस एज फैसिलिटेटर, जबकि अब्रॉड में वेर एवर यू गो देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड ट्रेनर। ट्रेनर मतलब उनके लिए क्या होगा, जिम का ट्रेनर, समझ गए?
राइट मैम।
सो
नहीं मैम, मेरा प्रश्न ये था मैम कि मैम मेरी इंग्लिश उतनी अच्छी नहीं है, सो
मैं
मैम
मैं समझ
सॉरी
गई,
मैम।
आई अंडरस्टूड कि आपका क्वेश्चन ये है कि हम ये ट्रेनिंग तो एक लर्निंग डेवलपमेंट का पार्ट है।
जी मैम।
सो
सो मैम,
आप,
L&D
हाँ,
मैनेजर बनने के लिए क्या क्या चीजें लाइक लग सकती हैं मैम फ्यूचर में? जैसे हम लोगों ने अभी एक ये जो कोर्स कर रहे हैं, सो दैट कैन ऑल्सो ऐड टू आवर बकेट लिस्ट, कि मतलब ये
यस
कि हाँ भाई
यस,
टिक लिस्ट कि हाँ भैया दिस गाय इज अ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट डिप्लोमा फ्रॉम ISTD इन ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट। सो ये
करेक्ट।
ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट को पीपल आर हाई, मतलब जो जो HRs हैं यहाँ पे जो कंपनीज है, दे आर लुकिंग फॉर L&D मैनेजर। एंड लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट मैम बहुत बड़ा स्कोप हो जाता है उसमें मैम, लाइक मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं। तो और क्या क्या चीजें मैम ऐड कर सकते हैं अपने इसमें मैम,
यू
आर्मरी
मीन
में
टू
हम
से
लोग?
अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस कोर्स व्हाट मोर you want to
यस मैम, मैम
add
व्हाट
to
वी कुड डू।
feather to your hat, so
यस
that
मैम, यस मैम, यस मैम, सो दैट
you
वी कैन
can
बी पर्सन
you can check out for various such other programs also, no, which only see in India it is not still programs are developed and marketed as training and development. So if you are already having this degree, again repeat of same program का कोई use नहीं है। Find for some unique program which is very different from till now what you have learned. सी ISTD से ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट कर दिया, उसमें जितना कवर करना था सारा कर लिया आपने। अब कोई ऐसा प्रोग्राम या कोई ऐसा सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स देखो जो आपने किया ही नहीं है। If you have variety with you, anybody would want a person of that variety. Why? Because you can cater a lot of audience in the organization. If you want to give a training program, okay, ठीक है, call him. If you are going to give it to senior management, okay, call him. ऐसे होगा।
मैम जैसे मैम ये जो आपने कहा मैम, इसमें क्या है मैम कि हम लोग लर्न तो कर लेंगे, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैम पोस्ट ट्रेनिंग, लेट अस से दैट वी आर स्टार्टेड विद द पोस्ट ट्रेनिंग, उसका हमने सर्टिफिकेशन कर लिया, एंड देयर आर अदर सर्टिफिकेट HR सर्टिफिकेशंस आल्सो, डिफरेंट सर्टिफिकेशंस। बट मैम इसमें भी फिर लोग एक्सपीरियंस मांगते हैं, लाइक पीपल से कि वी वांट एन एक्सपीरियंस्ड, या फिर एंड आवर मेजरली, मुझे दूसरों को नहीं पता, आई हैव बीन मेजरली इनटू ट्रेनिंग डिलीवरी। सो टू शोकेस द एक्सपीरियंस मैम, वो तो खैर मैम मेरा चैलेंज है, हमारा चैलेंज है टू लर्न स्लोली एंड सर्टनली एंड टू गैदर एक्सपीरियंस। बट फिर भी मैम, मैम डायनामिक्स जो है, मेरा कहने का मतलब मैम डायनामिक्स चेंज हो रहे हैं, ट्रेनर से ना L&D मैनेजर, दे आर वांटिंग फॉर अ कंप्लीट पैकेज। यही यही
So
जी
keep doing that market research. Where exactly the world is moving, where exactly this field is moving. The minute you are in touch with where exactly this field is moving, you will get the courses or whatever certifications automatically to your table. That okay, ये करने से फायदा होगा, क्योंकि जैसे अब तुम्हें पता है कि इट इज ऑल टेक्नोलॉजी, टेक्नोलॉजी, मशीन लर्निंग, डेटा लर्निंग, AI। अब क्या हो गया, सब लोग AI पढ़ने जा रहे हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने देख लिया है कि आगे दुनिया AI पे ही है, तो लोग उसके सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं। तो कंसिडरिंग दैट अपने फील्ड में ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट का एक प्रोग्राम कर लिया है, कीप चेकिंग मार्केट में और क्या नया आ रहा है इसके रिलेटेड, उस हिसाब से कोई प्रोग्राम उठाओ और फिर करने की कोशिश करो। दैट तो यू ओनली हैव टू डू। एंड सेकेंडली यू आर टेलिंग दैट आई एम इन टू ट्रेनिंग डिलीवरी, इधर जितने भी होंगे ना उसमें सबसे अच्छा आपका ही होगा। आपको तो एक्सपीरियंस ऐसे ही मिलता रहेगा। दूसरों को शायद प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है कि क्योंकि कंडक्ट ही नहीं करने दिया, ट्रेनिंग डिलीवरी ही नहीं करने दिया, तो कहाँ से मेरे CV में मैं ऐड करता रहूं कि मैंने इतने ट्रेनिंग डिलीवर किए है।
अंडरस्टूड मैम, अंडरस्टूड।
अंडरस्टूड। सो फॉर दैट मार्केट रिसर्च हमारे एंड से जरूरी है। सी आई डोंट नो द एग्जैक्ट प्रोफाइल ऑफ योर्स, आई डोंट नो विच कंपनी, आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज योर ऊपर जाने का लैडर, दैट यू आर द ओनली पर्सन हु नोज एवरीथिंग। सो you only can judge that okay, the market is moving here, my company is going in this direction, now what it is which will keep me as a one point contact.
Right, ma'am.
वो तो तुम्हें ही पता, यू आर द बेस्ट जज ऑफ दिस पोजीशन कि तुम्हें क्या आगे करना है, क्योंकि तुम कहाँ हो, तुम्हारे क्या है फ्यूचर प्लान्स, वो तुम्हें पता है। तो तुम ऐसे जनरल बोलोगे तो इट इज ऑल कीप knowing where the market is going and keep taking all the courses, certification courses, which will again, it is like a hat पे एक feather.
Right, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else? Or we end the day now?
Yes, madam, we can end the day, and
Yeah.
we wish you a very happy Diwali to you, your family, and all the associate members of yours.
Wishing you a very happy Diwali, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy,
Diwali, ma'am.
enjoy. Okay?
Nice to you.
Thank you. Bye bye. It was nice taking a session for you all. I enjoyed a lot. Hope
Ma'am,
we
LinkedIn handle मिला नहीं मैम.
मिल जाएगा, मिल जाएगा. I am there in the group. No, तुम्हारे पास मेरा WhatsApp नंबर है ना, मैं I'll try to contact you guys.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Enjoy.
ma'am.
Have a good day.